randomly. They form a curious curved line. These are called main sequence stars. Like most stars, our Sun is currently a main sequence star. These are the middle-aged, stable stars, fusing hydrogen into helium. However, an average middle-aged star like our Sun will one day run out of its nuclear fuel. When it does, it will cool down and swell into a red giant star. It will become so huge, it will engulf the inner planets Mercury and Venus and maybe even the Earth. But please, don't worry. These changes will not begin to take place for another 5 billion years. Our expanding Sun will lose much of its outer envelope, perhaps forming a splendid planetary nebula. Scientists who study the life cycles of stars are most intrigued by the stars that are not found on the main sequence. These stars are unique and can give us clues to understanding how stars initially form and eventually how they will die. And some die in spectacular fashion. Let's look again at the supermassive star Betelgeuse. When all the fuel runs out of Betelgeuse's core, it will collapse. Since it's much bigger than our Sun, this collapse will be so fast and powerful that when it suddenly can't stop collapsing any further, shock waves will be sent through the star's outer parts, causing it to explode as a supernova.
Wow! Supernovae! Albert Einstein here. Hope I'm not slowing down your show. It's those spectacular stargazers, Galileo, Newton, and Payne, made some excellent points, and I would like to share one more. Something my series helped predict. Black holes. You know, after a supernova explosion, the entire star doesn't explode into space. If more than 2 or 3 times the mass of the Sun remains, the star keeps collapsing. There's no known force to prevent this. It has no fuel left to keep nuclear reactions going to counteract this implosion. It keeps collapsing and collapsing and collapsing until finally it retreats from the observable universe. Ausgezeichnet! Its size has become so small and its gravity has become so strong that nothing, not even a beam of light, can escape its mighty grasp. It has become one of the universe's most bizarre objects. A black hole. Well, back to your show. Thanks for letting me drop by. Auf Wiedersehen.
These intensely hot supernovas create not only the material to form new stars, but they also give birth to the heavier elements, such as the iron and oxygen in our bodies. Yes, indeed, the Sun, the Earth, and you and I were born out of cosmic seeds produced by massive stellar explosions. We are literally made of star stuff, forged from the nuclear furnaces once buried deep within the stars.
I remember, not long ago, being asked to give a speech about astronomy education at a planetarium conference. I talked to a colleague about what to say. I don't know what I should write for this speech. I've got some ideas, but this talk is more about what astronomy means, about why we teach about all these cosmic wonders.
What is astronomy all about, to you?
Well, to me, astronomy is learning about life through the power of the sky. There are some amazing heavenly lessons up there.
Well, there you go.
Dr. Kaler couldn't wait to write that speech. Dr. Kaler may be fascinated with the science of stargazing, but he also recognizes how the stars can affect our lives beyond the staggering math and astrophysics.
I've always been struck by how astronomy can reach down to our souls. I've been fortunate to have had so many exceptional astronomical experiences that prove it.
He shares with us how one little astronomical fact can reveal a valuable lesson about the color of our skin.
I recall one day in class when I had a sudden impulse. I was talking about the height of the sun at various latitudes on the Earth. When the sun is very low in the sky, its rays must pass through nearly 40 times the atmosphere than when it is directly overhead. When passing through all this air, the ultraviolet light is absorbed. However, when the sun is nearly overhead, we get the full impact of harmful UV rays. Near the equator, the sun is nearly overhead all the time. Consequently, human skin color is much darker because the tanning of the skin naturally protects the body against ultraviolet rays. People in the far northern or southern latitudes mostly experience the sun when the sun is low in the sky, where most of the UV energy is absorbed. Their skin is light. Look at me. My ancestors are from Sweden.
What an amazing lesson. Now, over time, people and cultures have moved throughout the world, making these skin color distinctions less clear. However, it is a person's latitude, not their ability, intelligence, nor wealth that has determined the color of human skin. Another powerful example about the impact astronomy can have on our lives came to Dr. Kaler in a term paper from an insightful student. In this paper, simply entitled Stars, she spoke of what she had learned after 4 months studying astronomy. These are some of her thoughts.
Stars may seem like they last forever. And they do last a long time, but everything must change. They are born, they change colors, and after a long time they get really, really bright, and then they die. That is just the way things work. It is the same way with people. The stars that one person sees as a lion, another person may see as a can opener. Neither person is wrong, we just often have different ways of looking at things. Oftentimes, when we look up at the sky, we are really just looking at light that was cast from a star a long time ago. Even though people sometimes have to leave us, their memories can remain and offer light to show our way. When compared to a star, a problem is really very small.
The lessons from the stars are as personal as each and every human being on planet Earth. As inhabitants of this world, spinning in the vastness of space, we look out from its surface with wonder and fascination. The universe, with its beauty and mystery, has the power to inspire and transform us.
Once again, I urge you to hold all the stars in your hands. Go ahead, hold on to them for a moment. Now, one more time, toss them into the sky. Seek the knowledge, the beauty that the stars have to offer you. Go wander far from your city lights. Be the stargazer that's within you.
And as Uhura would say, keep all your hailing frequencies open, so you won't miss any messages from the stars.